The Renault RE30 was a Formula One car designed by Michel Tétu and Gérard Larrousse for use by the Renault team in the 1981 Formula One season. Racing history. The RE30 was an entirely different design from its predecessor, the RE20. It incorporated carbon fiber into parts of its construction, a material which was becoming more and more commonplace in F1 at the time. The turbocharged engine was developed further and produced around 540 bhp with twin KKK turbochargers. Renault was joined by Ferrari in developing turbo engines for their cars, with the Ferrari 126C. The car had advanced ground effect technology, with concessions given to the new rules which banned sliding skirts. The car made its debut at the Monaco Grand Prix in 1981, with Renault using a B-spec RE20 for the first 5 races in the Americas, Belgium and Imola. Renault did not compete at what was supposed to be the first round at Kyalami in Johannesburg, South Africa. Renault replaced Jean-Pierre Jabouille with promising young Alain Prost to partner René Arnoux from the season. After a slow start to the year, in which Prost gained only one podium finish, he broke his duck with a home win at the French Grand Prix at Dijon in changeable weather, and followed up with wins at the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort and the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, which gave him an outside chance at the World Championship. Unreliability cost him his chance, but he finished a respectable 4th in the final standings. Arnoux had a very unlucky season and bore the brunt of most of the mechanical trouble that affected the RE30's development, most of which was done by Prost. The RE30 didn't suit Arnoux's aggressive, oversteering driving style as opposed to Prost's smooth, understeering driving style, which may have caused some of the problems with Arnoux's performance that year. For 1982, the car was updated and modified with a redesigned nose section, new rear wing and kick-ups added in front of the rear wheels. The engine was further developed to give around 590 bhp. Prost made a strong start to the season and won in Brazil and South Africa to underline his intention to win the championship that season. However, those would be his only victories of the year, as Ferrari, Williams and McLaren overtook Renault in the technology race. The RE30 was a formidable qualifying car, with Prost or Arnoux on pole for the majority of the races, but reliability was suspect for both drivers, mostly due to problems with the new and rather experimental electronic fuel injection which failed repeatedly during the races proper. It was a shame, because the RE30 was probably the most competitive car that year, having the best compromise on outright performance with a good chassis and aerodynamics, and a powerful enough engine. The car was quick around all kinds of different circuits, even around the eventide, slow circuits like Monaco, Detroit, Zelda and Long Beach, circuits where the other cars with turbocharged engines lacked in performance thanks to the heavier weight and poor engine pickup thanks to massive turbo lag. So the cars with the less powerful naturally aspirated engines were able to capitalize by being able to get more power more quickly out of slow corners. Arnoux took 2 wins during the latter half of the year, but only finished 4 races during the whole season. Prost was in sight of victory at Monaco, Austria and Dijon, but had problems during the final laps of all 3 races. He eventually salvaged 4th in the championship, whilst Renault finished 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. The RE30 was further updated to C specification for the early races of the the 1983 season, until the new RE40 was available. Eddie Cheever drove the RE30C for 2 races and team leader Prost drove the RE30C for 1 race. With 7 wins and 16 pole positions, the RE30 was Renault's most successful car until Fernando Alonso's World Championships of 2005 and 2006. Complete Formula One results.